Please, have a seat.
Okay. What were we doing? What were we doing last episode? Where are we? What is this?
Take a
Why is there a portal behind me? Ooh, I like that. Oh. Dang it. I keep on confusing enter and jump between Morrowind and Oblivion because I alternating between the two games. Just give me a moment, sir. Just please. I'm admiring your office area. Oh, this is nice. You have a metronome. Yeah, it's very ornate. Very cool. Got the candle going on. I like it. Gotta have some light. Got some reading material. Yeah, I like it. This guy's a minimalist.
Do sit down.
Yeah, it's very pleasant, but not too cumbersome. There's not. It doesn't look like much of a hoarder. There's not stuff everywhere. Ooh, the table made out of stone.
Have a seat.
And oh, this is fancy. Kind of a fancy chair here. Yeah, this is made out of marble. Maybe a marble table and chair.
Take a seat, please.
And there looks like there's maybe some dinosaur feet on the chair. Very, very natural. Of course, raining in the room. I mean, why not? I mean, it doesn't rain in the room where you're from. All right. Huh, the Madness of Pelagius. Pelagius is in Skyrim. He's in the Sheogorath quest in Skyrim. That's right. We're doing the Sheogorath quest. So things are going to be a little wacky. So that makes me feel a little more at home. That kind of recognize that as the effigy of Sheogorath right there. That carving on the metronome. Yep, and insanity and depression. Oh boy. Okay. Let's take a quick read here. Sure, it'll be brief to get a kind of a background. And because when we meet Pelagius and Sheogorath, it's during the Sheogorath quest in Skyrim where we go to the Blue Palace and there's a wing in the Blue Palace that is left unattended, and there's a portal that leads to the Realm of Madness, of course, where Sheogorath basically, it's not his realm, it's not the Shivering Isles, but in Skyrim, he is basically inhabiting Pelagius's mind. So you were like inside a Mad Emperor's mind, which is pretty insane quest. So let's get a little bit of a look at Pelagius for lore reasons. The Madness of Pelagius. I'm gonna skip over. Nah, we'll try it. The Sethens. The man who would be emperor of all Tamriel was born Thoris Pelagius Septim, a prince of the royal family of Wayrest, in the Third Era, 119, at the end of a glorious reign of his uncle Antichus I. Wayrest had been shard by much preference during the years before Pelagius' birth, for King Magnus was Antichus' favorite brother. It is hard to say when Pelagius' madness first manifested itself, for in truth the first 10 years of his life were marked by much insanity in the land itself. When Pelagius was just over a year old, Antichus died, and a daughter, Kintyra, assumed the throne to the acclaim of all. Kintyra II was Pelagius' cousin, an accomplished mystic and sorceress. If she had sufficient means to peer into the future, she would have surely fled the palace. The story of the War of the Red Diamond has been told in many other scholarly journals, but as most historians agree, Kintyra II's reign was usurped by her and Pelagius' cousin Uriel by the power of his mother Potema, the so-called Wolf Queen of Solitude being in Skyrim. So Pelagius comes from a bond between Cyrodiil and Skyrim. Is what I'm gleaning, maybe. The year after her coronation, Kintyra was trapped in Glenpoint and imprisoned there in the Imperial dungeons. All of Tamriel exploded into warfare as Prince Uriel took the throne as Uriel III, and High Rock, because of the imprisoned empress's presence there, was the location of some of the bloodiest battles. Pelagius' father, King Magnus, allied himself with his brother Sepphoris against the usurper emperor and brought the wrath of Uriel III and the queen Potema down on Wayrest. Pelagius and his brothers and sisters and his mother Euthalia fled to the Isle of Baphira. Euthalia was of the line of Durrani, and her family Mons is still located in that ancient isle even to this day. There is thankfully much written record of Pelagius' childhood in Valkyria, recorded by nurses and visitors. All who met him described him as a handsome, personable boy, interested in sport, magic, and music. Even assuming diplomats' lack of candor, Pelagius seemed, if anything, a blessing to the future of the Septim dynasty. When Pelagius was 8, Sepphoris slew Uriel III at the Battle of Ikitdag and proclaimed himself Emperor Sepphoris I. For the next 10 years of his reign, Sepphoris battled Potema. Pelagius' first battle was at the Siege of Solitude, which ended with Potema's death and the final end of the war. In gratitude, Sepphoris placed Pelagius on the throne of Solitude. As King of Solitude, Pelagius' eccentricities, which explains why, he took up residence in Solitude, which explains why we encounter him there, because the Blue Palace is in Solitude. Very interesting. As the favorite nephew of the Emperor, few diplomats to Solitude made critical commentary about Pelagius. For the first 2 years of his reign, Pelagius was at the very least noted for his alarming shifts in weight. 4 months after taking the throne, a diplomat from Ebenheart called Pelagius a hale and hearty soul, with a heart so big it widens his waist. 5 months after that, the visiting princess of Firsthold wrote to her brother that the king gripped my hand and it felt like I was being clutched by a skeleton. Pelagius is greatly emaciated indeed. Sepphoris never married and died childless 3 years after the Siege of Solitude. As the only surviving sibling, Pelagius' father Magnus left the throne of Wayrest and took residence at the imperial city as Emperor Magnus I. Magnus was elderly. Pelagius was his oldest living child, so the attention of Tamriel focused on Sentinel. By this time, Pelagius' eccentricities were becoming infamous. There are many legends about his acts as king of Sentinel, but few well-documented cases exist. It is known that Pelagius locked the young princes and princesses of Sylvanar in his room with him, only releasing them when an unsigned declaration of war was slipped under the door. When he tore off his clothes during a speech he was giving at a local festival, his advisors apparently decided to watch him more carefully. On the orders of Magnus, Pelagius was married to the beautiful heiress of an ancient dark elf noble family, Petari Rothim. Nordic kings who marry dark elves seldom improve their popularity. There are 2 reasons most scholars give for the union. Magnus was trying to cement relations with Ebenheart, where Rothim clan hailed. Ebenheart's neighbor, Mournhold, had been a historic ally of the Empire since the very beginning, and the royal consort of Queen Berenzai had won many battles in the War of the Red Diamond. Ebenheart had a poorly kept secret of aiding Uriel III and Potema. The other reason for the marriage was more personal. Katira was as shrewd a diplomat as she was beautiful. If any creature was capable of hiding Pelagius' madness, it was she. On the 8th of the second seed, third era, 145, Magnus I died quietly in his sleep. Jolith, Pelagius' sister, took over the throne of Solitude, and Pelagius and Katira rode to the imperial city to be crowned emperor and empress of Tamriel. It is said that when Pelagius fainted when the crown was placed on his head, but Katira held him up so only those closest to the throne could see what happened. Like so many Pelagius stories, this cannot be verified. Pelagius III never truly ruled Tamriel. Katira and the Elder Council made all the decisions and only tried to keep Pelagius from embarrassing all. Still, stories of Pelagius III's reign exist. It was said that when the Argonian ambassador from Blackrose came to court, Pelagius insisted on speaking in all grunts and squeaks, as that was the Argonians' natural language. It is known that Pelagius was obsessed with cleanliness, and many guests reported waking to the noise of an early morning scrub down of the imperial palace. The legend of Pelagius, while inspecting the servants' work, suddenly defecating on the floor to give them something to do, is probably apocryphal. When Pelagius began actually biting and attacking visitors to the imperial palace, it was decided to send him to a private asylum. Kataira was proclaimed regent 2 years after Pelagius took the throne. For the next 6 years, the empire stayed in a series of institutions and asylums. Traitors to the emperor have many lies to spread about this period. Whispered stories of hideous experiments and tortures performed on Pelagius have almost become accepted as fact. The noble lady Kataira became pregnant shortly after the emperor was sent away, and rumors of infidelity and even more absurd conspiracies to keep the sane empire locked away ran amok. As Kataira proved, her pregnancy came about after a visit to her husband's cell. With no other evidence, as loyal subjects, we are bound to accept the empress' word on the matter. Her second child, who would reign for many years as Uriel the Fourth, was the child of her union with her consort, Lariate, and publicly acknowledged as such. On a warm night in sun's dawn, in his 34th year, Pelagius III died after a brief fever in his cell at the Temple of Kinnereth on the Isle of Bethany. Kataira the First reigned for another 46 years before passing the scepter on to the only child she had with Pelagius, Cassander. Pelagius' wild behavior has made him perversely dear to the province of his birth and death. The second of Sun's Dawn, which may or may not been the anniversary of his death, records are not very clear, is celebrated as Mad Pelagius, the time when foolishness of all sorts is encouraged, and so one of the least desirable empires in the history of Septim Dynasty has become one of the most famous ones. Oh, I like optimism. I like it. Alright, let's... What do you have to say? Let's have a seat. Okay. So... Oh, I'm ready. Okay, I'm seated. It's a very interesting situation we got going on here. Okay. Haskell, huh? What do you have to say?
Yes, what can I do for you? I imagine you're here about the door.
Oh yeah, we kind of found this strange portal that led to Sheogorath's realm. It was a portal from out of like a stone that was carved in the faces of Sheogorath, like the metronome. Yep. Strange door.
Yes, you have entered, and now you are here. Amazing.
Tends to happen.
Truly.
But with Sheogorath, you never know.
I am Haskell, Chamberlain to the Lord Sheogorath. You approach the Shivering Isles. Through the door behind me lies the realm of Sheogorath, Prince of Madness, Lord of the Never There. Because my lord wills it to be so. It poses no danger to Mundus. No compact has been violated. It is a doorway, an invitation. Perhaps you will accept it for what it is. For you? I do not know. My lord seeks a mortal to act as his champion. As for his intent, to attempt to fathom it is a foolish endeavor. His will is his own. His reality follows suit. You are here because you chose to enter. You were not summoned.
You sure to say I have free will? So are you a free will guy or a predestination guy? Could have that conversation. That'll be an hour of gameplay. When the people outside...
They entered this realm and were ill prepared. Their minds are now the property of my lord.
How can they be cured?
Cured? You speak as if they are diseased. They live now in another state of being. Perhaps it is you who needs a cure.
Okay, Sigmund Freud.
You do as you will. You may leave the way you entered. Your life will be none the worse for your time spent here. Or you may continue onward, through the door behind me. If you can pass the gates of madness, perhaps the Lord Sheogorath will find a use for you.
If I go through the door?
Say, there are always choices to be made. The realm of madness is no different in that regard. Your choices are your own. Enter or do not, but make your decision. I've other duties.
It makes sense, but it doesn't.
Speak with me again when you have made up your mind. The anticipation is almost too much to bear.
This guy's a little bit of a downer. Kind of a Debbie Downer here. Well, we could go back to the Heartlands. Technically, I could stop playing this game and I could get out of my car and then drive to the coast and take a boat across the ocean and, I don't know, backpack through Europe for the next 10 years. But I think we're gonna play because I'm interested. I want to know what's going on. You have piqued my curiosity. So I sit obediently, watch you twiddle your fingers for a moment. Let's get all your twiddling out.
Well, have you made up your mind? The tension is almost palpable.
Hopefully we don't have to suffer this guy very much. Okay, I'll do it.
Fine. I'm sure my lord will be most pleased, assuming you ever...
Oh, it cheered you up.
You'll want to pass through the gates of madness. Oh, and mind the gatekeeper. He dislikes strangers to the realm. Enjoy your stay.
That's kind of pretty, but frightening. Hey, the metronome stopped. I've entered the Shivering Isles. In order to find the Lord of the Storm, I must first pass through the gates of madness. Let's do it. Huh, I can always go back to the Heartlands? What's the point of that? Is it really a free will choice then? I don't know. The Madness of Plagueis. Let's go ahead and take this. I do like the ability to go back if we need supplies, though, so it's convenient for me. I'm not a hardcore gamer, but it does kind of ruin the illusion of free will. That we're not free will. It doesn't ruin the illusion of free will. It ruins the illusion of his choice he gave us really mattering. Because it can either go back to Heartland at any time anyway. Ooh, pretty. That looks like the Milky Way. Ah, gorgeous. So, reminds me of Morrowind with all the mushrooms. Alright, so I'm expecting this is going to be kind of an Alice in Wonderland. Nothing makes sense because Sheogorath is the Prince of Madness. My understanding is that there's another Daedric Prince called Jiggalag. And Jiggalag is the Daedric Prince of Order, and he's like almost strict to a T. So like, he might be evil in a way where if you don't follow the exact letter to the law in its totality, that he'll kill you or something. Versus like, looking at the law as something that you should abide, but allowing for grace and with a little wiggle room. But it feels like if you took Sheogorath, who's kind of insane, it almost takes free will to an insanity, and you took Jiggalag, and who takes law and order to an insane degree, and you had them come to some kind of agreement, you'd have like a sane person, maybe. Oh my goodness. Okay. What is this thing? Bromite Painbringer. Well, that doesn't sound very pleasant. Alright, what do you got? It's like a toady. Got some conch shells or some shells. It's like kind of a fish person. Why do fish people need money? Explain to me. He's got a shield. Oh no. We're running out of money too, so we need to sell some stuff. Thermite shield. That's worth 50 gold. How much is the cleaver? 200 and... Crazy. Is it shift? I'll just come back to it later. What? Still? Wait, those Mythic Dawn commentaries actually might be worth a pretty penny. Yeah, we kind of, for all purposes, destroyed the Mythic Dawn cult. The death of Arun Stagon in the last episode. If you want to see something pretty crazy, that's a pretty crazy episode. That's the main quest for Oblivion. So this is the DLC, or back in the day when this first came out, they, for all you young Gen Zers, they didn't call them DLCs or downloadable content. They called them expansions. So if you bought a game, the company that produced the game might come out with an expansion, and they'd come in these dusty boxes, and sometimes they'd have books and maps and all kinds of boring stuff that you wouldn't care about. Because I'm a crotchety old millennial, and that means that I know something. So pay attention. But it looks like he just got done killing something. What do we got here? A young ballywog. Yeah, this is very... I'm expecting like a Bandersnatch or like a Jabberwocky to come blithely through the wave here at any point. Oh, I just... It's pretty. It's too pretty. Looks like he has the Orca Plantas. And I imagine we could make some pretty neat alchemy. I think if I replay like Skyrim or something for the next long play, although I feel like we'll get a lot of these... I've already played through Skyrim. If you want to see pictures of me, if you ever like, I can't be a YouTuber. I'm too fat. Take a look at my old Let's Plays. I'm still fat, but I was much fatter then. And I also had long hair, which was admittedly luscious, but also, you know, that definitely looked like a burnt out fat hippie or something in my old Let's Plays. Oh, so gorgeous. Looks like we are hitting civilization. I don't know if it's of these things we've been killing. The ballywogs or whatever, but looks like there's a temple with some ballywogs on it, or grummites or whatever they're called. What's this? This is kind of romantic, sort of looking. Is this an inn? Nope. What's here? This is the town square? It's pretty.
Maybe they're just confused.
They should have listened to me.
What do you have to say?
Welcome to my town.
Wow, you just spoke really quickly. I didn't catch that first part. What about the gatekeeper? Yeah, whatever, the Shigor's right-hand man mentioned something about a gatekeeper.
He guards the gates of madness. See for yourself. He's about to destroy a party of adventurers. They say the keys are sewn up in the gatekeeper's body. Basically, that means you're not getting in. The place was pretty deserted when I got here. Of course, once I was here, others followed. Can't say I blame them.
I think this guy's got a good disposition. He looks, I don't know, he's...
The Gnarl are strange creatures. Hit them with a fireball and they get stronger. But they hate other elements even more.
Very, very garish, but interesting. Wait, where's everybody going? They're just running off. We're gonna watch the adventurers fight the gatekeeper or something?
You there, stay away from the gatekeeper. Let us handle this.
Holy cannoli. Guy looks tough. Oh my gosh.
Come on, fight harder. They should have listened to me.
Oh no, they're bleeding all over the place.
Fight like you mean it. Dead. I warned them, didn't I?
Well, those are like 7 dudes. I'm just 1 dude. I don't know. The formidable gatekeeper has destroyed a party of adventurers. I should talk to the residents of Passwell before trying to deal with this creature.
Yeah, look at all the blood and gore. I'm getting out of here.
Well, that's that, I guess. Just another day in the Shivering Isles. What about this guy?
I used to think you were a hero, a holy knight and all that. I guess I should have known.
Wow, that's insane. So even, like, gossip still travels, even through other interdimensionally, from, like, Cyrodiil to, I'm guessing it's referring to my reputation for being in the Assassin's Guild or the Thieves Guild. And, you know, just, that's crazy that he somehow heard of it. I guess there is a gateway there and back, so people can just travel willy-nilly, but still, this is like a whole different dimension, and he somehow knows of everything. It's like if I was like in the, is it the first dimension? We're in the first dimension, and somebody, like, we traveled to like the 4th dimension, and somebody was like, I totally know everything about you, because, or hearsay. I've heard a lot of hearsay. And it's like, yeah, word travels fast. That's pretty crazy. Gatekeeper.
He's scary, isn't he? Jared's planning on killing him. I don't know how. The gatekeeper looks indestructible to me.
Anything is destructible. Don't use that word on your college essay. Gates of
One
Madness.
leads to the lands of mania, and one to dementia. The gatekeeper makes sure no one gets in who isn't supposed to.
Right. That explains the get-up. So, Shiogorth's realm of madness is divided into, like, yeah, mania and dementia. So, like, what would you call it? Acute optimism? Mania? Yeah, mania. Like, manic, being crazy. So, it's delightfully insane, I guess. I guess it can be adorable as long as you don't, as long as you can assess risks properly. And then dementia, which is more of like depression and sorrow. And so we got like Tim Burton land. We got like Tim Burton's Alice in Wonderland and Tim Burton's Nightmare Before Christmas divided into 2 realms, which is pretty intriguing. Passwall.
It's a nice enough place, less dirty than others. I feel like I belong. That old man in the room made out of butterflies?
We're made out of butterflies.
Wait here.
Right. Okay. Do you hear any other room?
Sneak up on one of those zealots. Wear one of their robes. Fools them every time.
Here we got our little rumor mill here. Did I finish talking to you?
I'll try to...
Oh, you're mean.
He guards the gates of madness. Don't get too close to him. He'll kill you. And it
You're
will...
supposed to be uppity, not like a downer.
Jared Ice Veins wants to kill the gatekeeper. Sounds like suicide to me.
Huh.
Don't feel bad.
This...
As gifted as me.
You know, I try. That's the important thing, is not that you're the best, but that you try. That's what my mother tells me every morning when she packs my lunch and kisses me on the cheek on my way out the door. She's like, son, just try. Just try. And then they look at my D- report card from college and start crying. Anyhow, what was I doing? Oh yeah, right. I need to find a place to stay. Maybe there's a college here I can learn fighting and get edumacated. The wastrel's purse, huh? Maybe we can sell some items and make some... She looks, yeah, that's going to be a little bit of an exploration in mental illness, so you'll kind of know what it's like to live in America. For my viewers that are not American, in the last decade or so, of just last maybe 50 years. Well, no, it's not been that crazy. 30 years, 20 years, you tell me. I can't remember, but yeah, it's welcome to America. Do you need did you take your pharmaceutical cocktail, sweetheart? You look like you kind of took too many pills. What do you got going on?
Hello, I'm Dreadwin.
No.
No one was running this.
She's cute for a gal named Dreadwin.
They left plenty of things behind, though. What do you need?
Oh, I just need your beautiful olive eyes to stare longingly at me in admiration. This is not going to get awkward. Okay, it's getting kind of awkward. Okay, let's go to Gatekeeper.
He protects the gates of madness. He'll kill anyone who gets near. Anyone except Relmina Vera.
Ah, I knew there was a catch.
Upstairs right now.
Maybe she knows something.
I feel like I need to be on the other side. I'm just not sure how to get in.
Maybe you give the Gatekeeper a big old hug, he'll let you in. Don't try that. I think that's probably not going to work. Pass wall.
I took over the inn when I got here. There wasn't anyone living here. Except for Sheldon. He says he's mayor. Don't believe it.
The writing in Shivering Isles is pretty entertaining as far as like people being... Everybody's kind of a little bit off, at least. So what's the rumors?
Watch for the elytra stingers. Their poison can be deadly. They don't like magic much, though.
I like the creatures in the Shivering Isle, too, are very novel. I like Cyrodiil, but Cyrodiil's very by the books kind of medieval fantasy fare, which I do really like. And I like that it's domesticated. I like that it's not wild and crazy like Skyrim or Morrowind. I like all the games that are their own thing. But I do like the Shivering Isles kind of really has fun with the base game, which is a very well-written, very novel quest, but a very kind of standard fantasy world. This is kind of a Lewis Carroll wrote a video game, which should be very intriguing to see a Lewis Carroll RPG like set in Alice in Wonderland. Like, there's definitely like some cool Alice in Wonderland games I played in my time, but like I think that like a RPG game where you can like go to Wonderland and you can play as one of the denizens. They have like, you know, I don't know. It'd be pretty novel. Let's sell some stuff. Do we really need a Dremora shield that costs 24 feather? Wait, probably not. Well, let's see if we can butter her up a little bit. Yeah? You like... Oh, you don't like that. Oh, you really don't like that. Oh, you like that.
Don't. Please, I'm sorry. Yeah, I get it. Don't be silly. I see.
Okay, can we, our rate's a little bit better. Let's try haggling. Supposedly we have a good personality. Feeling this isn't gonna work though. Oh, no way. Yeah, I think this whole time we've been upgrading our I've been upgrading our personality as a pilgrim, and I never used it in any of the didn't haggle very much. So yeah, that's shame on me. So you know, next Skyrim or any kind of Elder Scrolls game playthrough, we're going to concentrate on the hard skills more, like alchemy and personality, trading, mercantilism. Crude Grimite Cleaver. Sweet. Okay, now we're getting places. We don't really use sorcery. Well, we use it to heal. Should give her the deed to our manor. How heavy is Azura Star? Oh well. It's pretty light. But we got the Wabbajack. That's very much you know, will fit in right here. Okay.
See you later.
She looks like she's on something. Guessing that's a bust of Sheogorath. Heretical thoughts. Zealotry is an abomination that must be wiped from the Shivering Isles. We cannot suffer their beliefs to spread to even one more soul. They name us heretics for our lack of belief. We gladly accept the name and will make it an honorable one. It is not heresy to speak the truth. It is not heresy to speak out against an unjust lord. It is not heresy to take arms and action in defense of true belief. We are the so-called heretics of the Shivering Isles. But we do not speak heresy. We speak the truth. So my guess that these heretics might be sane, if it's Sheogorath's Isle, which is kind of ironic. You know, our Lord Sheogorath is but a man. He is only flesh and blood, not a god, and certainly not a Daedric prince. There are no princes in the realms of the Daedra, only vile servitors such as the hungers that we summon to do our bidding. Sheogorath the False is a mad despot. Years of dabbling in foul magic and consorting with Daedra had... Sheogorath is a Daedra, consorting with Daedra, have driven him mad. He is not a fit ruler, let alone divine. He perverts the teachings of Arden. So, according to like Elder Scrolls lore, he might be an internal demon of sorts. So, definitely not divine, but like he might have like a not there from the beginning of the creation of, well, in the beginning, before the creation of Tamriel, there was like angels and demons. So it's not quite Christianity the way that they write it, but it's similar in that respect, where you had like a realm where there were like good creatures and bad creatures, and the Daedra are almost like, instead of there being like good angels, well, the Daedras are kind of like bad demons, I guess, that existed before Tamriel was created, or Mundus. So he's not divine, but he's definitely has been around a while. He perverts the teachings of Arden's soul, he who gave his heart's blood when the truth of our cause is common knowledge among the people. We will drive him from New Sheoth and put that cesspool to the sword. His forelets will be scattered to the four winds. His head will rest upon the hill of suicides, and his heart shall be burnt in the flames of freedom. His entrails shall be fed to the dogs. We will make all the people of the Shivering Isles wear the robes of the heretics. By these robes we know each other to be true non-believers. The people shall return to the wilderness and live among the wild things as we do. They will see the wisdom and purity of the life we lead, and they will hail us as saviors. So yeah, they just don't buy into the Daedric worship of Sheogorath. So Sheogorath is this kind of a bust of Sheogorath here. Looks like Henry VIII or something. But we'll see. We'll meet him. We'll meet Sheogorath, soon enough, I'm sure. Okay, let's see. Oh, that's super disturbing. What you got going on here? Looks like you're digging up some dead and doing some experimentation, a little necromancy going on. Guess she's not here. I thought she said that there's someone in the room upstairs who knew something. Huh. Well, is there any place to stay if this is the inn? There's only one room. I guess I'll just stand here and wait for like 8 hours. That's so unfortunately this place is insane, so that shouldn't be unusual. I just have some beers and wait till see if she gets back. Oh wow, it's hopping.
I used to think you were a hero, a holy knight.
Yeah.
I want him dead. I need him dead. His bones are calling to me. Rumor has it you want him dead too.
Oh, this is the guy that thinks he can take him on.
Good with a lockpick. We can help each other out. We can get into the gardens of flesh and bone. They say the gatekeeper's magical. I don't believe in magic, but I do believe in bones. And the best way to kill something is with the bones of its own. I can see the bones of a dead gatekeeper in the courtyard of the gardens. The door's locked, though. You'll pick that lock, and I'll collect the bones. Then I'll make some arrows, and we'll kill the gatekeeper. Sound good? Hurry up! You ready to go? Hurry! He must die. It's the only way.
Interesting.
I can hear them calling to me from the other side. We need to kill the gatekeeper. He has the keys. If you hear any bones talking, come get me right away.
Right. Okay. Will do. Crazy.
Well, what have we here? Another hopeful whose blessing hasn't fully taken root? No, I don't think so. You're an adventurer? How disgusting. Why don't you go back the way you came?
Oh. Why you gotta be mean?
It is where the body of my child was grown, and the resting place of his less fortunate siblings. You have no business going there. The gatekeeper is my child, the consummation of Sheogorath's wisdom in the womb of my genius.
Interesting.
Painful and bloody birth, but well worth it.
So you wouldn't happen to be cool with helping me kill him, would you?
Successful. You won't bother those blessed by Lord Sheogorath. You, however, will die trying to get the keys from my child.
He looks pretty tough. I wouldn't mess with him. I'm blessed by Sheogorath. I don't think she'll buy that. I don't think we're blessed by Sheogorath. Then I must kill the gatekeeper.
Try him if you like. Believe me, after you die, I can put your flesh and bones to very good use.
Awkward.
You? Ha! No, you have a conventional type of soul. But I don't make that
She's trying to say that I have a boring soul.
Tales belong to Lord Sheogorath. Were it up to me, I'd cut you open and show you just how uninspired your blood is. No, you won't be getting in.
Super disturbing.
I'm bored with you. Why don't you talk to Nanette? She likes talking. I'll need to cure her of that habit soon enough. There's one sure way to stop a tongue from flapping. Cut it out. Shall I demonstrate?
That was a disturbing conversation. I do like her dress, though. She's got style. It's a pretty baller dress going on. I like that. It's kind of goth princess going on. Yeah, very pretty, very pleasant.
I can hear the bones talking.
Okay, we gotta go with that guy, but first let's see if we can find a net. Ooh, she also has a pretty dress.
Hello? You'll need to speak up.
It accents her beautiful womanly. It accents her glow, her feminine glow. Yes. Gardens of Flesh and Bone.
It's just down the road from Passwall. It's where Relmina created the Gatekeeper.
Gatekeeper, you say?
Relmina's crowning achievement. The Gatekeeper keeps out people who don't belong in the Shivering Isles.
He does a good job.
She made him in the Gardens of Flesh and Bone.
But we want to go into the insanity, I guess.
All the secrets. Oh, and this is really interesting. Wait. Oh, never mind. My big mouth almost just got me in trouble again. I'd like to tell you, but really, I shouldn't say anything more. Can't get in without Sheogorath's blessing. That's what Relmina says. That's the reason we're all waiting here, for Sheogorath's blessing. Oh, and I guess there's keys sewn up inside the Gatekeeper's body. Not sure why someone would do that. It's not like anyone can get them now.
Fascinating.
I don't know who built it. It was here before any of us arrived. It looks like other people lived here before. Dreadwin's been selling what they left behind. So, if you need something, talk to her. She's in the wastrel's purse.
Yeah, she's pretty wasted in the wastrel's purse. Let's see if we can sugar her up. Ooh, something like that.
I doubt it. Yeah, no more. You're frightening me. What nonsense. Sure, that's cute. Yes, don't try. I doubt it. Whatever you... Not now, not later. I doubt... That's pretty good. That's pretty... Don't talk such rot. Yes, I doubt it. I doubt... Yeah, I get it. Don't... Yes, whatever you... I see. I've been dying to tell someone. You seem trustworthy enough, but don't tell Relmina I said anything.
Boy,
The Keeper is flawed.
are you worried about rumors?
Tears hurt him.
This game. How did tears hurt him?
Her tears somehow agitate the Daedra bound to the Gatekeeper's body. Her tears make it really restless. It strains harder against the warding magic.
Interesting.
She may seem like a tough woman, but the Gatekeeper makes her all weepy.
Oh.
Go see for yourself. She visits him every night around midnight. Just don't tell her I said anything. I might get another lesson in the nature of pain. I don't like those lessons very much.
I don't know what that's all about, but let's...
Doesn't that noise bother anyone else?
Let's keep on... Oh man, that's nice. Very pretty. Alright, let's catch up with Mr. Bob here.
We need those gatekeeper bones.
Yeah, let's do it. Lead on.
Here, take this lockpick. Careful, it's the only one I've got. You open the door.
I have the skeleton key. Wait, do we have to go past the gatekeeper then? Oh, okay.
Hurry, pick that lock.
It's me the
I can hear them.
Gardens of Flesh and Bone. This sounds like something Clive Barker would have coined. Like how he assumes I'm a thief.
These souls straight to Sovngarde.
Huh.
Show me what you've got.
Can I harvest his bones or what? Interesting. Oh, we get the bone shards.
From these gatekeeper bones, I can make some arrows. Find me in a few hours.
Well, how do we do it then? Can we... I mean, I should try to team up with this guy.
The arrows aren't ready.
Because 2 is better than 1, but we don't know.
Take care.
Who do we listen to? The one gal seems to be apprenticing, so she could be throwing us off. But, she seems like she likes to, flap her mouth, so she might be telling the truth. The ideal thing is if we could get both scenarios. Probably save here. The game glitched for a second, and the last thing we need is the game suddenly falling apart on us. Maybe we'll wait an hour before midnight or something. Hoping he'll be back in town. Otherwise, I have no idea. In the wastrel's purse. Well, dang. What's the guy's name? There's Sheldon. Nanette. Where do the other people stay? Just outside? Maybe I'm supposed to meet him back up at where the gatekeeper is. I'm not ready. There's our... No. Where's... What's his face? You know, what's his face? Maybe we should go back. But excuse me. Where's this fella? Well, he's not here. Hmm. Assuming he'll go back to the village. Is that his house over here? Maybe? Yeah, maybe he lives here. Yeah, this looks like his place.
Anything?
Alright, we'll wait here.
I'm Jared Icevein. For instance, you can hear them better that way. The arrows are ready. Here, let's go kill the gatekeeper. Let's go.
I don't think I have a bow. Alright, let's see if I can... Ooh, what's in here? Ooh, that's a nice vase. So... Let's see if we can get a bow. It's a fine bow. I don't think we have a bow. Fine iron bow. Wish us luck, Dread. Come on. She looks depressed. Or drugged up. Oh, something. Alright, we're gonna wait till midnight, because that's when the other part's supposed to be done. And then we'll be able to attack him when he's weak with the bone arrows. On double saving. Okay, fine bone arrow. Not that I'm a scholar with a bow, but let's see. 6 to... yeah. Should be close enough. We don't want to go too much past 12, because I have a feeling we missed her last time. Maybe wait 1 hour. Aw.
Just looking at you.
I'll save just in case I have to battle this guy multiple times, because I think it'll be pretty tough. He killed out all these other dudes.
Seeing you warms my cold heart. Why has he forsaken us?
Oh, she's crying.
Still hurt after all these years. Why?
The sorceress had dropped a handkerchief full of her tears, which apparently can hurt the gatekeeper. If I get the handkerchief, Jared is still willing to come fight the gatekeeper with me. Okay. It's as good as we're gonna get, I have a feeling. I have squeezed the handkerchief full of sorceress tears into a bottle of active poison gatekeeper with a limited number of doses, so I'm careful. Alright. Let's go for it. Okay. Oh no.
Watch out!
One more. Well, dang. This was costly, but we got through. The gatekeeper is dead. I should retrieve the keys to the gates of madness from the gatekeeper's corpse. That's a big fella here. Wow. Key to dementia. There's 2 keys. Didn't mention 2 keys. Key to mania, key to dementia. Yeah, I think that's the 2 realms. I found both the key to mania and the key to dementia. I can go through either door of the gates of madness. Haskell?
So, you've managed to kill the gatekeeper. Pity. Well, you'll now be able to enter the realm proper. You'll notice there are 2 doors. One leads to the lands of mania, the other to dementia. Enter through either one. The lands are quite distinct, but both are Sheogorath's domain. You'll want to seek out Lord Sheogorath. I believe he has plans for you. Try not to disappoint him.
Oh my goodness, see, the last moment sounded pretty sincere. Dementia?
The lands of dementia reflect the darker side of its residents. It is easy to get lost among the tangle of roots growing out of the ground. If you wish to meet dementia's citizens, seek them out in Deepwallow or Felmore. I'm sure they'll welcome one such as you with open arms.
I'm guessing that was ironic.
The lands of mania are bright, vibrant, and full of color. You'll find its inhabitants reflect the land itself. If you wish to meet the residents of mania, you'll find them in the settlements of Hale and Highcross. Take care, though. Though the citizens and creatures of mania are colorful, they can often be quite deadly. I'm sure you can handle it, though. The doorways into the realm proper. You may enter through either one. Really, it depends on which aspect of the realm more suits your disposition. As I've said, all choices have consequences, but don't trouble yourself too much with your decision. All those that enter the realm are forever changed, but some believe it is for the better. A good portion of them, at least.
Right.
It is, of course, the capital of the Shivering Isles. It is divided into Bliss, Crucible, and the Palace districts. He is the Prince of Madness, the ruler of the Shivering Isles. It is by his will that we exist in this place. He is our lord and master.
It's got me intrigued.
You'll want to speak with him soon, as I believe he has plans for you. You will find him in New Sheoth, in his palace. It is best not to make Lord Sheogorath wait. His whims are fleeting, and should he decide you are no longer necessary, It would be to your detriment.
That kind of nerve-wracking.
You will enter soon, I imagine, through the gates of madness and into the lands of mania and dementia. It is the realm of Lord Sheogorath. It is what he wills it to be. The trees bloom according to his whim, and the wind blows at his command. Tread lightly in the Isles. It is not a place suited to all mortals, but I'm sure you'll do fine.
All right, man.
A glorious existence, truly.
Okay. All right, so we got let's save here before we go any further. Like there's two passages. One is from one's for dementia, one's for mania. We got everything off the gatekeeper. Dementia entrance to Gates of Madness. Mania entrance. Let's go ahead and wait till daylight. Wait, it's a pretty overcast day, it looks like. Let's see if we can get a better look at what the gates look like. You can't really see. Interesting. Yeah. That'd be kind of neat if each gate had its respective look to it to kind of give you a feel for the realms. But all right, so we're gonna go ahead and save it here. I'm gonna leave in the community tab, I'm gonna leave a poll, and you guys decide, where do we go? Do we go to the land of mania, a land of colorful and extreme optimism, but maybe insanity, or the land of dementia, depression, and a gothic kind of feel to it? Yes, it'll be entertaining either way, but you guys decide, and next time we shall meet, you guys will give me direction and where to go. We'll see you then for another adventure in the Shivering Isles.